Y'all, I'm so mad. They out here trying to say that this girl was an escort. Ashlee, she was not an escort. She was a music video girl. You know what I'm saying? And she was did that when she was young. She died when she was young. But it's like when the police officers say, well, you BMs, you know what I'm talking about? You BMs, you are a drug dealer. So therefore, if you do drugs, including marijuana, then you deserve to be out here because your morals are so low that you're doing weed and all that. You deserve to be out of here. So it's bull crap because that is what people are saying. And this video is going to talk about her being an escort, but she was not an escort. They're saying just because she was with all these different rappers, she was a music video girl. She be in the music videos. That's still a job. Hell. But they're trying to say she was an escort. Lies they tell. So let's listen and hear what they got to say. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Deep Noir News. I am your host, Gigi, my DG. All right, so honey, let's hear what's going on. Let's take it all the way to the back.
So, the Zanzibar police have come out to say that Ashlee Jenae and her fiancé Joe McCann had an argument before her tragic death, and that the staff had to separate them into different rooms. But this is hardly the only developing detail. There have been allegations that Ashlee was an escort who made it very clear that she wanted to live a certain lifestyle. And this, to some people, changes everything.
All right, hear me out. And maybe this is just me. But I just thought about it because I was driving on my way home. I'd really be ready to cut a nigga off over smoke. Like, the littlest thing, I'd just be turned off. Like, ugh.
That's okay.
It was mad people in the regular lane. And the express lane was clear as... I'm zooming through that. Passing. Feet. As a grown man, in 2023, living in the state of Florida, specifically Dade County, Broward County, doing without a sun pass. Like, honestly, you want to just vibe in traffic. Vibe. Could take you 15 minutes to get somewhere. You want to chill out for the next 45 minutes sitting in a regular lane for what? It ain't going to work with me, baby. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. I ain't going to lie. I'm talking about, yo, babe, get over into the express lanes faster. Da-da-da. Nah, like, I ain't finna do all that. Drive over them cones and get on.
They're also saying that Joe was married already to back this claim about Ashlee being an escort, because he still has photos of the alleged wife and none of Ashlee on his social media. And now we have to ask the questions that are on everyone's mind. If Joe was married, did Ashlee know? Or was she sold a total dream? Did the wife find out about the trip and the engagement?
Oh, stop that bull crap. I don't know if he was married, but if he was married, his wife knows because all this, what they were doing were a year on social media. All she did was flex. I mean, none of it was private. So how could she not know? You know, she was tagging him and stuff. He was replying to her stuff. Every woman out here and every wife is going through social media, finding out what their husband doing, who's he taking pictures with, who he following. They was following each other, so that's bull crap. But let's go on.
And could she have had something to do with the argument that night? Was the engagement even real? Or was it just content for the divestment lifestyle she was preaching? Most importantly, was Ashlee really an escort like some people have been speculating online? Okay, just for a bit of background. The tragic incident occurred during a birthday trip in which Ashlee had recently turned 31 on April 5th. However, in a rather sad turn of events, authorities say Ashlee was later found unconscious in her villa, and she was rushed to a local hospital, where her death was confirmed. In addition, the Zanzibar police said that following a fight between Ashlee and Joe McCann, hotel management decided to separate the couple into 2 different rooms, but they ruled the cause of death as self-unaliving. At this stage, officials have stated that no criminal charges are being pursued, and the matter remains under review as part of an ongoing investigation, and Joe has not been accused of any criminal wrongdoing. Well, Ashlee's friends and family also released a statement saying that nothing about the situation adds up, and in their words, one moment she was celebrating love and life in truly Ashlee fashion, and the next, she was gone. This suddenness, the unanswered questions, and the distance from home have made this tragedy even more overwhelming for our family. At this time, there is an active investigation into the circumstances surrounding Ashlee's suspicious passing. Although we have many questions, we are placing our trust in the officials in Zanzibar and are working closely with them as we seek clarity and answers. Now here's where things get interesting. There's a group of people online who believe that this entire situation is an escort gig gone wrong. The first thing that they are pointing out is that Ashlee was a major face in the divestment community, which is basically a group of Black women who advocate.
She was not a major face in the divestment community. And if she was divesting, so what? That don't have nothing to do with her death. You guys get on my nerves. Do y'all feel this way about Candace Owens too?
For dating exclusively outside their race to find a better life. Essentially, a woman who calls herself a divest is usually saying she's being intentional about who she dates. She's raising her standards financially, emotionally, and lifestyle-wise, and she no longer entertains relationships that don't benefit her growth. Basically, she's choosing to date outside of her usual type, background, or her community. And Ashlee was open about this on her socials. I mean, there is literally a post making rounds on social media where she was like, "Every day Black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us." And with that being said, here enters Joe McCann. See, Ashlee spent years preaching about leveling up, and then she finally landed this big-time crypto CEO, Joe McCann. And from what she was posting on social media since they started being together, it looked like she won the game. However, according to the critics, this was just a long con. They are saying that if you look at Ashlee's page, you will realize that she wasn't actually selling products like a normal influencer. She was selling a lifestyle that didn't seem to have a clear source of income. Well, her friends have come out to say that Ashlee had a hair care brand, and she was actually doing pretty well. But the critics, on the other hand, are asking, if she was doing so well, where are the sales? Where are the ads? Why wasn't she posting about the products on her page? But that's not even the most surprising thing the critics have pointed out.
Who cares? Can we focus on the villain here, which is her boyfriend? Took her out. All this tisk-task, what does she do for a living? Where does she get the money? She wasn't no escort, but say if she was an escort, he still need to be accounted for. Let's go. Do you guys agree with me? Comment below.
Bombshell is Joe's own digital footprint because in multiple posts from 2021 to 2024, Joe is out here explicitly talking about his wife and his two very young kids. He even pulled the "my wife is black" card in an argument on X, but I could not really figure out what that argument was about. There's also literally a Facebook post from December 2025, which is just the other day, where Joe is celebrating a birthday, referring to himself as Dad. And by the way, there are a couple of photos of the woman I believe is the wife on Joe's social media, yet he never posted Ashlee. So the question is, if he was a devoted family man such a short time ago, did he get a super fast secret divorce? Or was he still technically married while proposing to Ashlee in Zanzibar? Basically, some people are saying that if Joe was a married man with a family, Ashlee wasn't his fiancée in the traditional sense, but a high-end companion he took on trips to escape his real life. And they have been pointing out all the questionable things Jenae was posting.
Hey, how y'all doing? You know, we keeping it organic. Me and my little chocolate Easter bunny. Baby, stop playing.
Of course, it also doesn't help that while Ashlee was out here flooding her feed with high-definition photos of their relationship, Joe's social media was a total ghost town when it came to her. If you look at his accounts, you'll see crypto charts, business talk, and those old mentions of his wife and kids. But Ashlee is nowhere to be found. It's like this entire relationship was a one-sided fairy tale. Well, on the other hand, her supporters are saying that Ashlee wasn't just some mystery person on a trip. She was a whole businesswoman with a real professional background. She ran a legitimate hair care and wellness brand and had been a specialist in that industry for many years. Her friends are saying it's crazy to call someone an escort just because they enjoy a soft life when they actually have a career, brand deals, and a long-term business footprint that has nothing to do with selling themselves. In addition, they are also saying that if Ashlee was really an escort, she wouldn't have been hard launching Joe on her socials for months and celebrating a very public engagement with her family's blessing. I mean, escorts usually stay low profile to protect their privacy and their clients, but Ashlee was out here literally making Joe the main character of her digital life. Actually, friends like Savannah Britt have been vocal that Ashlee was genuinely in love and was looking forward to her future with this man. This doesn't sound like someone who was an escort, right? In addition, one of her friends uploaded their chat conversation on X, showing an alleged text message between the two after the engagement. It says, "My dog, congratulations. Me and Taylor crashing the wedding." Ashlee responds, "My dog." Friend responds, "Let's see that rock." She says, "Thank you, man. Don't need to crash something you'd be invited to, gang." Friend responds with the fire emoji, and Ashlee says, "But we'll probably just elope." Laugh out loud. "I don't want a big wedding, maybe a big after party." Friend says, "We shall be there." Honestly, does this sound like something an escort would say?
No.
And by the way, Joe is the one who
wasn't an
called Ashlee's
escort.
mom to inform her what was happening. Again, if they were strictly doing business, I don't think he would even know who the mom is, let alone call her. The consensus from her circle is that these allegations of being an escort are just a nasty attempt to distract from the suspicious circumstances of her death by attacking her character. Plus, even if every single allegation turned out to be true, which her friends and family say is total nonsense, it wouldn't change the fact that a young woman went on a dream vacation and never came home. Whether she was a business owner, a divestment influencer, or anything else the internet wants to label her, nobody deserves to end up in a tragic situation like that after a heated argument in a luxury villa. Honestly, it's messy that people are using her lifestyle to try and silence the push for the truth, because your past or your job doesn't give anyone a pass to hurt you. I mean, justice isn't just for people with perfect social media lives, it's for everyone. And if there was foul play, or if that argument turned into something darker, then Joe and anyone else involved needs to answer for it. Period. If you ask me, the fact that they were involved in a disagreement so bad that they had to separate them and put them in different rooms, something just does not feel right. I don't know whether we will find out the truth about what really happened, given this incident took place in a foreign land, but let me know what you think about critics pulling the escort card. Does it really change anything? Let me know in the comments section below.
It doesn't change anything. It's just these BLMs, the BMs, some of them, not all of y'all, you have a disdain for black women being with Caucasian men, and it makes you feel emotional. So therefore you want to try to make her feel bad, or try to make people that want justice for her feel like she's not worthy of getting justice. But ain't you guys a Christian? So she's still a child of God. She's still a child of God, right? All right. Well, look at it from that lens. Look at it from a lens, you're Christian and she's still a child of God. So she needs justice. Okay. Bye.